Okay, so don't swear or anything because we're live. Okay, so new MPC test drive. I don't know.
Do you have a window
Yeah, new
open?
MPC test drive. I've taken over the sound. Oh wait, here we gotta turn the Bluetooth off. Okay, cool. So test driving the new MPC. All right, check 1, check 2, check 3. All right, and then we go on the YouTubes and see if there are humans. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so is this gonna go? Oh, look, we are live. Excellent, excellent. Hello, Facebook.
Huzzah.
Hello, YouTube. Oh no, YouTube is still
waiting.
they're
There's
behind the
people
times.
waiting.
Yeah, I know. It's behind the time, man. Behind the time. Okay, cool. So I'm sure it'll go there
That's
through
a nice
there.
backdrop you got, though.
All right. Hey, what's up, Dustin? Dustin Matter. Beast mode, beast mode. All right. So I finally have got the new MPC. Jacob, my dog, hooked me up.
Yes. Brother.
Yes, really, really, really excited. So I have never used this piece of equipment before. I'm just gonna kind of like get to know it a bit. I have put a high pass on the sound because it is after it's after 10:30 ish, so it's kind of getting into noise complaint territory. So if you're wondering why there's not like mad subs, it's because it's nighttime, and I'm kind of in a really good position where I have essentially vanquished my neighbors. I'm sure you watched the YouTube video, but my neighbors were complaining about music while I was sleeping. So as long as I can kind of like not get any hardcore nighttime noise complaints, I think I'll probably be able to just be as loud as I want during the daytime. So anyway, I have high passed the sound here. But we got an oscilloscope over here and a few other things. I'm going to go, I guess, to close-ups of the MPC later. Actually, you know what? I should probably just switch to close-up. I'm going to switch to close-up so you can kind of see what's going on. So this is the new MPC Live. I have been using Bruce. Here, let's get Bruce out. I've been using Bruce for a long time. Bruce is my MPC 1000. Bruce enables me to do my finger drumming performances without a computer, which is very, very cool. But the problem is Bruce weighs like 15 pounds. He's like 20 years old. And the hard drive space is really limited. There have been some times when I've had to like get on the microphone and stall because things are loading because it's like USB 1, so Bruce is fucking amazing. I'm still gonna keep him around in the studio. He's always gonna be my dog, but the new MPC is it's like 12 years later. It's a far superior piece of equipment. 12 years is a lot. So I'm gonna check out the new MPC. I'm definitely going to be using the new MPC in the immediate future live, but I haven't even, like, this is just stock plugins and shit. I haven't made any beats with it or anything. I'm just checking it out. But Bruce is still super dope. Still definitely gonna keep Bruce alive in the studio. But the new MPC weighs a lot less, has far greater capabilities. Gotta get one. So Jacob hooked me up, and we just unboxed it. I had to like kind of adjust the cameras and stuff, but yeah. Oh yeah, the camera split in the middle is definitely weird. Hey Mike Davis, ease up on the fucking trash talking Bruce, bro. You are not being nice right now. You gotta be nice, Bruce is nice to you. You be nice to Bruce. All right. So so Bruce is gonna chill for a minute, and we're gonna check out the new MPC. All right. So I'm gonna switch over to the new. I'm gonna go switch over to the other camera view. Yeah, the split view is pretty cool. I got two identical cameras, and one of them's going down and one of them's going head on. So it kind of looks like all split, But anyway, here, check it out. So now we got a little bit of a closer view, and then now. Okay, cool. Oh, wait. Where is that audio coming from? Oh, let's kill that. Okay. Ooh, that's a little loud for the old neighboroonies. Okay, that's pretty sweet. That sounds pretty good. My computer is kind of sliding a little bit, so I think I'm going to get a little something to put maybe underneath it or something so that it doesn't slide as much. Here, they're also having a conversation in the other room. Just a second. Okay, cool. So so far the pads are really, really responsive. I'm definitely like. There's like a big difference between some latency and no latency. So that's a big... Well, yeah, when you go fast, you can really appreciate the difference. Yeah, the colors are pretty cool. It actually feels a lot... I wasn't that crazy about the design when I saw it online, to be honest, but like actually having it is definitely a bit better. Okay, so it's kind of like pretty similar to the MPC Touch in that there's like this menu screen where you have like, I guess, what is that, 25 different modes that you can go into. So there's like, there's essentially 25 different modes. You got your main mode where you can change your sequences, your tracks, etc. That's nice.
I think you can zoom in there.
Yeah, it's all touchscreen, which is just fantastic.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Oh, but there's no follow arrow.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be follow.
I wonder if you could turn that
See,
on.
can you make a note?
Oh, there you go.
Do I have to change tools or something? Oh yeah, I think I gotta go. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Ooh. Eraser tool? No, it's eraser tool. Yeah, I'm gonna check the undo tool. Okay, let's see if I can move the loop in. Nope. Okay. Well, this is definitely gonna take a minute. Oh, there's the system resources. Oh wow, it's like barely using any CPU. Well, it's only a couple. Maybe edit end. No. Okay. Transfer velocity. Ooh, velocity editor at the bottom. That's really nice. Okay,
So
what do we got
click
here?
it again, it makes it bigger.
Okay, so this is tracks. Okay, that's pretty cool. And the mute's a MIDI mute, so if you mute something, the note will still carry out. It's not like a channel mute.
Can you explain that to me? What is that?
Okay, well, because like let's say like this is okay. So basically, how MPCs work is there's like a sequence, which is essentially like a scene in Ableton. But a sequence is basically one container for MIDI notes that could be going to any number of tracks, right? And you use them all as like one multi-channel MIDI sequence. So in Ableton, you'd have several channels within a scene or within a section in your arrangement.
Like in session mode, you just have a bunch of clips there.
Yeah, there'd be a
On
bunch of
that
clips
way, right?
horizontally. Here, I'll
Horizontally.
switch over to this thing so you can see our hand gestures. Okay, so in Ableton, it would be like, you'd have like a scene where there's like a bunch of sections that are kind of, or a bunch of clips horizontally, and you kind of juggle which ones are in and out of that.
Yeah.
Those are like patterns in a sequence. And a sequence is a container for all the patterns across all the tracks, right?
Right.
And one thing that's really cool about that is that you can, like in Ableton, right? Let's say you have a pattern and you don't want it to be in the given scene. You have to take the pattern, copy it out somewhere, and then go back to what you're doing, right? Which is kind of a pain
Or
in the
stop
ass.
clip.
Whereas in MPC, you can just change the active pattern in the sequence. So each sequence is like a section in a song.
So you could just turn off that.
Yeah,
part.
you just turn off the pattern and you don't have to put it anywhere.
That's so
it's
easy.
It's just there in with your
So
pattern.
it's like deactivating a pattern.
Yes, you deactivate the pattern. So the pattern's still there
That's pretty
with
sweet.
all of your information, and you can just change which pattern is in the sequence.
MPC,
right?
man.
So the sequence, yeah, well, there's a reason why hip hop people swear by it, But yeah, so there's.
Just fluid. Like, I mean, immediately.
It's
you can
really,
tell.
it's really good workflow. I'm fucking super excited, man. I'm super, super excited. I do need to fucking wedge something under here, though, because this computer just keeps sliding down. But anyway, so in MPC, you have a sequence. Actually, here, I know what I'll do. I'll put one of these coasters under there. Yeah, it's always like a little bit of a thing when you kind of revamp your studio. It's always like everything, got to juggle things a little bit. Okay, so anyway, so you have a sequence, right? And each sequence can have however many patterns and however many tracks, and then you basically refine each sequence. But you have all these patterns that are just there. They're not in a sequence until you select them and put them in a sequence, right?
Okay.
So you can keep jamming patterns and patterns and patterns, and then once they're in a sequence, then they're there, and the sequence goes out to all the tracks, right? And the sequence is a MIDI sequence. It's a multi-channel MIDI sequence. So when you hit mute on one of these parts, right, you're just muting the incoming MIDI. So let's say you have a note with a long tail, and you hit mute, the tail will still complete playing, and you just stop any new notes from happening. So because the MPC is such a like sample-oriented
Wow,
thing.
that's very specific.
Yeah, it's different. It's very different. It's a much more old school
I gotta
way
see
of
how
kind of
this works.
sequencing. But like, let's say, right, that you're cutting up a record and you have like, this phrase here, this phrase here, this phrase here, this phrase here.
Yeah.
Because like MPC is kind of famous for phrase sampling, where you're sampling like, a bar.
Right.
Here, so you got like a bar here, a bar here, a bar here, a bar here, and they're all cutting each other out.
Yes.
Right. Then you can have like a mute that mutes those bars, or you can just have them play out. And like if you're doing like phrase sampling, like it's kind of like a more elaborate version of choke groups, but it's for phrases instead of just for drum hits. And it becomes a whole different ballgame when you're dealing with phrases, because you might have like a guitar phrase here, and then a bass line phrase here, and then like a vocal phrase here, and you can play them all, and then you can have one thing that mutes all three, right? You cannot do that in a drum rack. Well, you can, and you can see how to do it in my drum rack workshop, but it's a fucking bitch. Like, it's terrible programming that in Ableton.
That's amazing.
Right?
So you can basically play the whole song with just
Pieces. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you break it into pieces,
instead
and you
of
can
having to
perform.
trigger the scenes. And
Yeah, you can perform and sample the pieces.
That is amazing. That's
yeah,
really cool.
and so that makes it really nice when you hit mute, because it's not actually muting the channel, right? It's just muting incoming data,
Yeah.
and then you can still choke. So like in a lot of tracks, you hear the beat will be like chord blast snare, chord blast snare, chord blast snare, and every time the snare hits, it like cuts. That's from this feature called Mute Target,
That's pretty
where
sweet.
you can have one thing mute like a bunch of things. But yeah, so their system of choke groups is so much more advanced, because in Ableton there's only a choke group where one thing and another thing can't play at the same time. But sometimes, like in the example that I gave, let's say you want to have a guitar riff, a bass line, and a drum beat all playing at the same time, and then you want to have one thing mute all three. MPC is the only thing you can do that in.
That's
you can
sweet.
kind of hack it together in a drum rack in Ableton, but it sucks. Like it sucks putting that together in Ableton. But I figured out a way, and it is in my drum rack workshop, which you can get in the Produce a DJ Club. But it really sucks.
So how familiar are you with all this stuff?
I've been watching mad YouTubes, like lots and lots of YouTubes. Yo, I think I even need to get more high up, because the computer is still slowly sliding forwards. Yeah, I gotta figure out. I had my cutting board, like kind of wedged underneath it as part of it.
Yeah.
But it seems to be sliding slowly down this thing. Hang on, hopefully that'll fucking stay now. Okay, so the MPC, I've been watching videos and stuff, like all kinds of YouTubes. There's been really good YouTubes that people have put out, but it's like pretty much similar to the MPC Touch, but there's all these new features, right? Like you can have audio tracks in it that you couldn't in the old MPC Touch. Here, I gotta move my mat.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, the floor mat moves. I don't know why. I don't know how the floor mat moves. It's a new studio. There's still a lot of quirks. But yeah, so you go to menu. There's all these different menus. There's like 25, because the old MPC, there was like 12 menu options, and they were all on the pads. Mm-hmm. And each pad had a million functions, whereas this is like, they're just pad numbers, and it's all on the touch screen. So you got main, you got grid view, which, obviously is for fucking editing grid events.
How do you... Oh.
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with the operating system.
Transpose, or is that velocity still?
Yeah, still velocity. Let's start.
I guess velocity is just always there.
Yeah, but there should be... Don't snap. Yeah, I'm still not that familiar with these things. Okay, so this gets you to grid mode, to... What's this? This is track mode, I think. Yeah, this next one's track mode. Here, I'll switch over so that people can see online. So there appears to be a track mode. This is an interesting mode. Okay, so this is like some kind of step sequencer mode. Whoa, cool. Yeah, it looks like a step sequencer. Very cool. And then, oh yeah, the XY effects. That's really fucking cool. Okay, and then you can get back to there by going like that or hit menu. Very cool. So you got grid, track view, step sequencer, XY effects. So that seems to be your main four. Sample editor, which I'm really looking for. Oh, that's nice. Dude, doing that shit with the jog wheels sucks. It really sucks. Zooming, yeah.
That looks nice, dude. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really excited to use it with the make noise, because I've been using Bruce a lot in kind of preparation for the new MPC, but Bruce runs out of memory so fast when you're sampling from the modular. So having a...
So what is this even...
Okay, so basically there's different... You go into different modes, right? So like, look what happens here, right? So the MPC, it's way faster to edit audio on an MPC than it is to edit on Ableton, because these all are subcommands, right? So here, you see how that starts from the beginning and then ends. Here, starts from the end point.
Wow.
Right? So you can check your endpoints and move and be like, oh no, I want to get just before that. And that's a play solid.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes, there's all these different there's all these different... No, you can swear.
I thought swearing wasn't allowed. I'm a good Christian.
There's, depending on what mode you're in, it'll play backwards or whatever, but there's all these... Each one of these pads is a different type of triggering that helps you edit the different... that helps you edit, depending on what you're...
This is wild.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking sick.
That is insane.
It's pretty sick.
This is so fun.
So let's put loop on. Let's see if I can turn loop on.
It's
turn loop
nice. On. It looks nice. Good job, Akai.
It's still there's still a few things that are not quite like the old one. Cause I have loop on. Okay, loop.
I think I got bounced.
Oh really? You're out already?
I mean, I want to watch this shit.
Do you? Well, I mean, back, yeah, okay, because I'm doing lessons all day tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, you can stay here if you want. I kind of assumed you were gonna stay here, coming over here at like 10 p.m. or whatever.
Okay. I'll give it another moment then.
We can inflate the inflatable couch. I just moved, so my guest facilities are not as they once were, but still. Okay, cool. So, so we got the sampler here. Okay, so that's for actually recording. Oh, sick. Okay, so there's this pad tap mode that people call lazy chop, where you play shit in and then you hit the pads as it's playing and then record your thing. And then all the pads are like, they're ready. Oh, pad hold. That's very cool. And then slice. Excellent. All very cool. Pad mute. Yeah, pad mute's really nice. Oh, and you can change banks on pad mute. Oh, that's so much better. Okay. Pad mixer. Oh, and then you adjust it there. Okay, that kind of makes more sense anyway. You got panning. Okay, and everything. Ooh, inserts. What effects do we have? Oh, fuck. Oh, there's lots. Okay, I'm going to read off the effects list because I was really wondering what this would be. Auto wah, auto pan sync, auto pan, 2-voice chorus, 4-voice chorus, master compressor, opto compressor, VCA compressor, vintage compressor. Fucking sick. So many compressor types. Decimator, I'm guessing that's like a bit redux thing. Delay analog sync, delay analog, delay high pass, delay low pass, delay mono sync, delay mono, multi-tap delay, ping pong delay, stereo delay, sync delay, tape sync delay, distortion amp, distortion custom, distortion fuzz, distortion grimy, distortion overdrive, flanger sync, flanger, frequency shifter, high pass filter sweep, high pass filter sync, high pass filter, high pass shelving filter, low pass filter sweep, low pass filter sync, low pass filter, low pass shelving filter, MPC 3000, MPC 60. Okay, so those are going to be emulations of the engine in the older MPCs.
Wow.
Peak EQ 2-band 2 shelf, Peak EQ 4-band, phaser 1, phaser 2, phaser sync, resampler, God knows what that does, reverb in gate, don't know what that does, reverb large 2, reverb large, reverb medium, reverb out gate, reverb small, SP1200 ring. That's probably the ring modulator from the SP1200. SP1200 is probably an emulation of the because sometimes when you use time stretch, you want to have the old school ones.
What would an emulation of like the 3000?
Well, you know how like Alonzo in a lot of his tutorials, he's always like pitching shit down. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of that sound of the old kind of beat digger hip hop is from pitching shit down in the MPC. Because it used to be right that you buy the MPC and I have like fucking 8 megs of memory. So if you're sampling records, you would literally be forced to pitch the records up and then pitch them back down after to save memory. So a lot of the really fucking gangster people with MPCs would do that, you know, and they'd sample the records on 45 and then pitch them down, and they'd have this kind of like syrupy, like pitch fucked quality to them that it's actually like once you kind of do it, you're like, oh, this is dope, like it sounds cool. So then people would do it like, you know, people would do it kind of on purpose or whatever, right? So people have grown to love the different algorithms in the different kinds of MPCs over the years and the different kinds of samplers, and they kind of have like fetishized different algorithms. So that's why, like in Machine, for example, you can use the MPCs, different MPC algorithms, and it's for pitching things down, and then you get this like certain kind of grit and grime
That's amazing,
that you wouldn't get otherwise.
And
but yeah,
can you put this on the master at all? Like, does that even
no,
exist?
you'd use it on a single channel, but you can resample the master and the MPC. It's quite easy to.
So a single channel is this, or is it?
Well, each pad it's kind of like in Machine where each pad is a channel, kind of.
Okay.
You know.
So you can't like have everything go to one effect.
No, fuck. So you have 4 separate inserts on each channel. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking just jizz all over myself. This is amazing. Because honestly, Bruce, like you get EQ or filter for each channel or each pad, and then you get 2 global effects.
So you get 4 total inserts?
No, you get EQ or filter for each channel.
Plus
plus
No, I'm saying
two.
with this.
This you get 4 inserts plus whatever else.
What do you mean plus? You get
Well, we haven't got to those sections yet. I'm fucking so curious. Okay, so this next sequence page, this is where you like map the sequences to the pads, and then you can kind of jam through the sequences on the pads, which is very cool.
So this is basically like session view.
It's kind of like session view,
But
yeah.
you're hitting pads.
Yeah, you're hitting pads instead of and
triggering
keep in mind each sequence is a multi-tap sequence, so these can be scenes essentially. So you could have like 3 patterns in a section and then a fill, and then just be like jamming them. So a lot of people, like a very popular sequencing style with the MPC would be to assign a bunch of different patterns to this grid, and then essentially play that into your DAW, where you're recording a multi-channel mix from the MPC, and you're getting like, you know, your kicks and snares and shit all separate, but the actual sequencing is like kind of live. Because it's in the older MPCs, it's difficult. Like when you're in this mode, you have to actually play the sequencing in, and you can't sequence it, right? Like, and have it stay. And it's the same problem with Machine. Like in Machine, you have this mode where you have the scenes assigned to the pads, and you can kind of like jam through the scenes on the pad, but it's like you can't hit record and then that's your song, right? So you have to be sending audio to another DAW to actually record that.
But this one you can do it on here?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not holding my breath that it'll be able to retain the sequencing that you do in the next sequence mode, but it is a very, like, you can record the output of it if you want.
Okay.
But I'm not sure, because it would kind of cause... It would cause some pretty fundamental problems with the way the sequence editor works. Like, basically, you're like, it's this sequence for this many bars, it's that sequence for this many bars, blah, blah, blah. It would cause fundamental problems with the way the whole thing is designed. Okay, program editor. This is all basically as you'd expect. Sample. Oh, okay. 4 layers per pad. Very good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So this is where, so you go in here just to layer drums.
Yeah, and you can layer up all kinds of shit. You could have like a drum and a laser zap and a fucking phrase from a record on one pad.
This is those are like the EQs for each part.
Yeah. Well, this whole
so if I load, so this is your kick, and then I loaded up some other shit like whatever that is.
Yeah, you can layer up.
And then how do I get to?
You can layer up however many things you want.
So there's a clap, and then there's a, what is this?
Now you have a clap and a thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty easy to layer up.
Where's the filter? Oh.
Oh, here we gotta go.
Fish it out there. So is it?
That's a bit sensitive. Knobs? Oh, yo, you're using a knob to select? Yo, that's scrolling through the sounds. That's pretty fucking sick.
But that's highlighted. If you touch this. Oh. That was a good idea, though.
This one does. This is the one that does on the highlights.
Oh,
these ones seem to have dedicate. And then when you have one highlight. Yeah, so whatever is highlighted goes to the big one.
This is insane.
So it's kind of like having 128s on the 4 knobs. That's so gangster.
So is this the whole pad, or can you mess with
each pad has 4 layers, and then
can you
adjust each?
But can you adjust like the filter of each one?
On the old MPC, because I'm just going from Bruce mode, and Bruce was like 12 years ago, right?
But like, could I adjust the filters of each layer?
You can adjust the volume, the semitone, etc. And
because the filter looks like it's global too.
Yeah, I think the filter is global. Yeah, I don't think it's polyphonic with the layering. Like it's like
LFO modulation sign. That's me, I think.
Okay.
All right, here you go. Let me see what this is.
But yes, it doesn't look like that's That doesn't look like that's. Okay, so looper, that's for like live performance, which is really sick. Track mutes. This is again like the old MPC. Oh, okay, weird. Track mutes have time correct. Maybe it is. Maybe it is part of the sequencer then. If the track mutes seem to have time correct. This time correct is the MPC name for quantize. Okay, so we got programs, MIDI. Oh wow, cool. So you can mix MIDI tracks. Very cool. Oh. Check, 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 check. Check, check. Check, check. Can you hear me? Okay. Phew. You can still hear me. Yeah, my Apple computer tends to take a shit every now and then, and it just did that. This is once again why I'm fucking over it, man. Like I'm just so over Apple. Like I wish they were stable enough that I could use my Ableton and everything all the time. But it's just not stable enough. Like the shit's fucking crashes all the time. Like my sound card just restarted for no fucking reason. Okay, so the pad color seems to be fairly easy to operate. Q-Link in the control mode you're in. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I don't know much about this Q-Link mode. I have not owned MPC Touch. MIDI control. I'm curious what it does when you plug MIDI controllers in, because like basically, you know, we could take this touchpad, the Launchpad Pro, use that as a MIDI controller. Very curious about that. What is pad perform mode? Here, I think I might need to load another project. Yeah, my sound card freaked out and power cycled for no reason.
So, is it back on?
I think it's back on. Hopefully it wasn't. Hopefully it didn't take too long. Yeah, hopefully it wasn't like fucking quiet. God, I hate Apple so much. I hate them so much. Tim Cook fucking just ruined it. So whack. Okay,
what did he do wrong? He just lazy or what? Like, what's the?
Boop doop boop boop. No, Tim Cook, he's just fucking taking orders from the shareholders and like fucking trying to, like, they're basically a phone company that makes computers now. It's so whack. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the browser and let's try to load a demo again. Let's go to default kit. That sounds good. Let's load that. Oh, it loads so much faster. Oh God. Dan Mikowski asks, is there a way I can catch up on all of your videos? Yeah, you go to the Producer DJ Club. You go to myproduserdj.club, and there are two sizes of club membership. There's the weekly download membership, where you get access to all of the specific weekly download tutorials that I do every week, and there's a big archive. And then there is the training camp, and the training camp is the class of 808. And yeah, you should, if you want to have all the videos and track feedback and training, and I can help you choose which video to watch next, all that kind of stuff, then you'd get the full class of 808 membership. But if you just want the weekly download, that's only $5 a week. But yeah, that's how you catch up on the videos. Okay, so I'm gonna see.
This is really cool. Like that, this little sound card came with all this functionality. But this is all in your computer.
Yeah, I'll do something.
Sounds really nice.
it's got a different, it's got its own tempo. So a lot of people play with the right hand where they're like. So not used to doing I normally do my phrase triggers with the left hand, so it'd be like, yes, a bit. Oh, hang on, I gotta get the rhythm down.
I think I'm a right hand phrase trigger guy.
It's hard to do with phrase triggers with your right hand. Anyway, we should probably also not fucking blast it too loud because the names. Oh, yo, Tyler Woyawada, wagwan, homie. How you doing out there? Tyler Woyawada, I've known that cat since I was a Lil Gates, since before I was even the fat
Lil
conductor.
Gates?
Yeah, since I was Button Nugget. But yeah, Tyler Woyawada, big up, homie. Yeah, Rebel Prime. Okay, so I'm pretty stoked with a lot of the things about it. The performance meter and stuff here is really not showing that big a load. Like we're at like 12% CPU. Oh, also by the way, don't jiggle this too much or the virus might fall. It's kind of like a pretty sketchy. Yeah, it's kind of a like I still gotta cement everything because the MPC just arrived, so the studio is still a little bit all over the shop. But yeah, so far all the modes are pretty good. Song mode, okay, interesting. I would have to actually explore how the song mode works to comment much on that. But yeah, a lot of these like kind of classic MPC modes are still there. I'm gonna go to the browser. Let's see how we got for instruments. Oh, there's a good amount of instruments. Oh, did it just stick? Yeah, it was flicking and then. Oh, okay. No. It knows when you want to push or stick, which is very cool. Yeah, because it sticks after you select something. I'm really excited for not like, okay, oh, there's favorite folders. Very nice. That's cool.
This seems to be everything you could have asked for.
I'm pretty stoked. I'm sure there's problems. I don't see any.
I'm just saying, for what you're,
Yeah, I really like, okay, so I have this way of working with,
Can I touch these?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. But yeah, I have this way of working with, where I like to make these really long recordings from synths and then basically scrub the playhead on the drum pads to like select where each sound goes in the groove. So I'm really excited for that because that you can't do that with the old MPCs. They just don't have enough memory. Here, you rock out. I do have to turn it down a little. Yeah, apologies for the low volume, but neighbors are real. Neighbors are real.
Feels really nice.
Yeah, there's a massive difference between some latency and no latency at all. Like a massive difference.
There's zero latent. I touch it and it feels like it triggers the sound before I touch it. That's how crazy it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
we do like one of us could do beats and the other one will do the phrase triggers. Okay.
What's our tempo then?
It's kind of like I don't know. It's hard.
That was a little
I don't
weird.
know these. I didn't program this sound pack. So
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
here, let's wait. Hang on. Where's that crack? Oh no, the crackle must have been one of the sounds.
it's in.
I think it's.
Oh, this.
It's one of these has a
Right here.
crackle sound. Here, let's try a different pad. That's pretty good though, considering that was like the default sound. The default sound pack. That was pretty good. Oh my god, pop template. I'm so curious. So we'll see. We'll hear what pop music sounds like these days. Cause pop, like, what the fuck is pop?
Wait, let's see.
Let's see. Okay, you ready? You ready to get your pop on? Oh, no sequences on the pop template. Load. Okay, so I guess you got to make your own pop.
It's Trap Kit,
It's just a trap kit, yeah, essentially.
but it's just pretty noisy.
With cheesy chords.
Yeah.
Trap kit with cheesy chords. I can't wait to find out the hard drive specs and figure out which hard drive I'm gonna put in this thing.
Yeah, and like lots of these kinds of cars.
It's like, pop music's so funny now. So like, woke up at a rich guy's house. Let's go to Paris. You know, I could get your chain smokers on. Oh man.
People just wait. If you look at people, do just wake up in Paris sometimes. And
So, no,
this is
totally
the kind of
wake up-
music
yeah,
I would
you
want to
totally
hear.
wake up in Paris. You're like, wow, oh my God, I'm in Paris. Oh, it's so hard being rich and in love.
You say it out loud. I'm in Paris. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Let's rap about white people love things.
Room service.
Yeah.
Room service is for white people.
Dude, I'm so stoked. Tomorrow we're gonna go see Big J Okerson
Oh my God.
And,
I'm trying not to get so crazy about it.
and Krista Stefano too. Really excited.
Dan
for that.
Soder's not nothing to fuck with either. He is amazing.
Yeah.
But Big J is like, he was one of my biggest inspirations.
Comedy gold.
He's one of my biggest inspirations in any art form because he's just so doesn't give a fuck. He's just so good. He's so good.
I
can't
wanna
wait to see
Dave
that.
Attell. Dave
Attell he's a legend. He drops in at the stand sometimes. You know what he said once? He goes, I wonder what an owl tastes like. I bet an owl tastes like a chicken that reads. I'm like,
Amazing.
That's insane.
Amazing. All right, word. Well, I think that's pretty good for unboxing fucking test drive video. I'm gonna get to rocking it and probably stop annoying my neighbors quite so much. But thank you so much for tuning in. If you want all of the wavetables that I made in the other video, all those wavetables from the modular are going to be available for Serum to the people who participate in the weekly download. If you want to get the weekly download, go to myproduserdj.club and you can get the weekly download. And if you want training and, a guide, because basically I've made fucking like a couple hundred hours of videos at this point. So if you want a guide through that and you want personalized training and track feedback and all that, then you want to join the Class of 808 membership at myproducerdj.club. But if you just want the bite-sized $5 a week membership, that is the weekly download. And if you just think that this is cool and you want to support, check out patreon.com/illgates. A lot of the same benefits are available as at Patreon, but that's just more for people who want to support what I do. All right, so shouts out to everybody for tuning in. Good fucking vibes to every one of you. Tweedledub says, are there no jog wheels? No, there's 4 jog wheels over here on the right. There's 4 jog wheels. All right, so I am going to go get back to fucking chopping shit up. But hey, lots of love to each and every one of you. And yeah, once again, if you want to learn, hit up myproducerdj.club. That's the URL. All right. Peace out, everybody. And Jacob, thank you so much.
Peace out. Yes.
The MPC, brother.
Of course.
It's the man. He's the man. Big up.